I'm sure you have heard about time and tide wait for none. And the reason is very simple. Time is made up of the same substance or the same references the tide is made up of. Time is what? Displacement of earth in relation to heavenly body, that is sun and moon. That is time, isn't it? And then you can imagine the tide is also made up of the same substance, that is earth and sun and moon and the relationship. So they have got the respective pull attracting on the water, the earth's water, and then in that process what you find is that depending on the nature of the location they have got, the tides will be different. Let's say if this is earth and then these are the location of moon. I'm sure you understand in the lunar month, the first quarter of the lunar month it is here, the second quarter of the lunar month it is here, the third quarter of the lunar month it is here, and the fourth quarter of lunar month is here. Now if you have got this being sun, this is one situation when the sun is on this side, this is new moon, and the sun is basically lighting it up, and this is full moon. And this is first quarter, this is the third quarter that you have got. Now if you find that earth, moon and sun, when they are in one line, called as CZG, if they're in one line, the water that is pulled is much greater, right? And then when you see the moon is here, that situation is called as quadrature. Quadrature. Instead of CZG, it is called quadrature. When they are in the situation of quadrature, you would have some of the forces will be here and some forces will be here also in the first or third quarter of the moon. So in that condition what you find, this high tide will be not as high and the low tide will not be as low that one can imagine. High tide when the water is moving towards the land, and low tide when the water is moving back to the sea, the ocean for that matter. And that is what we have explained here in this diagram. Hopefully it is clear. Here we have got a spring tide, the situation I was talking about. Spring tide which happens on the new moon and the full moon situation. And then the neap tide is that the quadrature situation when we have got the first and the third quarter of the moon, that we have got first quarter and the third quarter of the moon that we have got, and that's called as neap tide.